So that looks very nice. However, we have to go, yeah, you read my mind. We have to go into the large arena and change rein a lot so that the limbering is becoming eventually obvious in the horse's movement. Yes, very nice. Yes, and when you change direction, change your equitation. Outside leg back, inside leg down, outside shoulder back, and so on and so on. And then, of course, with the change of your posture and position, you become a better rider. And this is, of course, the goal. It's not just we are working on horses to become better horses. We must learn how to be the better riders, excelling development of the horse. When you start to do add some mobilities, changes of tempo, we can start already lengthening and shortening the strides. So it's very simple when you do a circle or a small pattern with bending, you collect and slow down to teach about how to do something, and then when he's straightforward and ready for lengthening strides, you of course indulge yourself with lengthening the strides. Yes, like that was very nice. And already when you collect, when you slow down, you can exaggerate it. Usually riders do better in the lengthening strides, in training, but equally important is to keep the horse as slow as possible without losing his input. Like this is all very good. You have a little dance in the horse, right? And your lumbar back and buttocks should be rounder. Your buttocks should travel in front of your two hips, and your lumbar back should be rounder, thrusting the pelvic structure forward. So when we push something in a wheelbarrow, we have to be behind the wheelbarrow. So when we push the horse's haunches forward towards his muzzle, then we have to make sure he understands that we are dishing the movement forward, and he's getting better and better and more light, that is more suspended, more floating, and that's of course one of the famous goals of classical horsemanship, that we get top results with minimum efforts. So here is the program. Every day you ride a horse, you work on this, lengthen and get bold, rebalance, then become much slower, yet not without impulsion. And then we are finished with that episode and concentrate on engagement and collection, which is, of course, two-track works. And we know all of them: shoulder in, shoulder out, haunches in, haunches out, and of course half pass and full pass and school trot and school canter. So we start to use the vocabulary of all the two-track movements for the sheer ability to strengthen and engage our horse. So let's see, shoulder in, or whatever you want to start with, or haunches in, because part of this lesson is always a combination of both. A little more impulsion, I like the softness and the manner of collection on him, but he ended up a little less airborne, and then, of course, shoulder in and shoulder out. Both have to be practiced. And again, for the benefit of spectators, we have to know that the shoulder in is very different because the shoulder out is not a reversed shoulder in. So what happens is there are two very different gymnastic values, and we use the shoulder in for most of the time on increasing collection and engagement, but we use the shoulder out to align and straighten the horse and explode his energies more boldly forward and suspended. So either collect or go engage. These are your choices with shoulder in, shoulder out. And so the horse gets that exercise. And then when you finish this, because it's quite well done, of course, actually, and round the lumbar back always, not to hollow the back. No riding goes with hollow back. It's all has to be rounded. So then, when you reviewed these beginning two-track movements, we can go then to haunches in and half pass. You noticed on other lessons today that the haunches in helps the half pass develop and maintain. So haunches in, but you need a little more inside elbow back, a little more passive resistance into the inside rein and bridle. So haunches in on the inside. Yes. And good. And half pass left across to the other side of the arena. And yes. And continue with the same exercise to the right. I have to glance at my thing on my pocket watch, because what if the White House is calling and nobody picks up? So it's all the mystery that they call me when I teach. Just keep doing it, because it's all actually very good. To the right, you